Mitch McConnell doesn't seem to be doing so well. So, and the reason this is significant is because if he didn't vote for Pete Hegseth, I don't imagine that he would vote for Kash Patel. But if Mitch McConnell, or did I say Mitch McConnell? Yeah. If Mitch McConnell's not doing so well, then I mean, like, you got to vacate a seat and put somebody new in there. Just like this video comes out.
How are you feeling, Leader McConnell?
It's not looking too good.
Oh, get him out. Get him out.
Yeah.
Get him out.
Like, we got.
How are you feeling, Leader McConnell?
He can't even get on the look at him. No, come on, Brandon. Get him out.
Yeah. Like,
get him out.
Looks like he's in a nursing home. Like, they're literally fully picking him up and putting him in there.
I feel just like if I would Biden, Brandon. He's a terrible, 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 terrible person. But at the same time, I'm a human, and I don't think we should treat elderly people like this.
Well, dude, do you remember what Dianne Feinstein looked like when she died?
Oh, yeah.
Like, she was fossilized.
Brandon, she wasn't in voting.
Well, that's what I mean. That's like the dangerous thing about this. Like, once you get to the state, and I even wondered about this with Fetterman when he was like, I mean, that was crazy too. Like, remember how I felt bad for him when he was on that stage and he's like, I think that we should frack because I've always believed in fracking and fracking is good and I've never been against fracking. And like, he's reading off the screen. It's like, wow, like this guy is not there cognitively. And it's like, so like when you have a senator that, like, you know, like I said, it's like, I mean, the Congress is important too with the 435 votes, but the Senate, like,
different.
Yeah. I mean, like each vote carries more weight in the Senate. Like when you're 1 out of 100 votes, like, you know, you're like, it's a crucial thing. And if your mind isn't there, like, then who's casting the vote for you? Like, did McConnell even willingly cast that vote when he voted against Hegseth? Because nobody saw that coming.
Brandon, I have a question for you.
What?
Do you think he saw, like, he was conscious of what he was doing?
I think it's entirely possible that he wasn't, because like we really haven't heard him say anything or make public appearances.
Do you think someone pushed him to not vote for him? Who like?
Well, he's part of the establishment.
No, but let's play scenarios.
Yeah.
All right. He wasn't fully there, and someone goes like, "Hey, Mitch, this is what we're gonna do." Who do you think that person is?
I think people like Pelosi, people like Obama, people like Clinton. I think they all talk to him.
So he will listen to them more than his party.
Well, keep in mind what those type of Republicans are. Like, there's a group of Republicans that are there, like, in place where they get to reap some benefits as long as they sit there and lose and pretend like they're trying to win. And like, I in my opinion, that's what he was his entire career.
And now, Brandon, you brought up you know, Dianne Feinstein.
Yep.
This is a problem across the board, Brandon.
Old ass senators.
Yeah, no, but who in their right mind voted them? Like, any voter that is voting consciously and did like a small reading, like probably 10 to 20 minutes, anyone that looked him up on YouTube,
see what his results were.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, keep going on. I'm just looking up his results.
No, but how uninformed do you have to be to vote for someone that is clearly not there?
Well, it's a bizarre thing that happens, like, especially in the Senate. Like, the Senate's the coziest position out there. Like, you get 6-year terms, and then if you have some name recognition, you're pretty much like a shoo-in unless you have some horrific scandal. Like, even
So you think Feinstein and McConnell, they're shoo-ins?
Well, Feinstein's dead, but
they were.
They
both got voted in at the same time.
Yeah, a lot of these guys can stay in there until the day they die. Pretty much, it seems like. I'm trying to find, like.
Do you think this has anything to do with voter integrity?
I think it has to do with voter intelligence and voter. So look at this freaking paywall. I just saw it said 57% for McConnell when he ran in the last election.
Was he opposed by another Republican?
That is a good question. Let's see.
Because maybe there's no one to oppose him.
Yeah, that's true. You have to get through the primary, and that's a difficult thing to do.
It's a tough one, Brandon.
Yeah. There's a whole book about this called The Politics Industry that talked about like the system, the way it's set up rewards you for being like as extreme as possible. So in the primaries, especially, like if you're in a red state, it's like pretty much if you win the primary, you win the state. So, you know, like you have to come in and like captivate the state to the degree to which you like have more name recognition than Mitch McConnell. And I'm sure he gets money from all sorts of places. Let's see. Man, why is it like more difficult than I thought to find just a freaking maybe here? Oh, here we go. What? Wow, look at this. This is the primary results. 82%.
That's a landslide, Brandon.
Yeah, so that's what you're freaking up against.
And who was the other guy?
In second place at 6%.
Yeah.
Wesley Morgan.
Can we know who the guy is?
He's an American businessman and politician from Kentucky. Let's see. Businessman, politician from Kentucky, member of the Republican Party, former member of Kentucky House of Reps, 81st District, House of Reps. 2016 buoyed strong local support for Trump. Morgan defeated Smart.
He was one of our guys.
Yeah, he seems like a nice guy. I mean, has McConnell ever run a business? Like, because I have a lot more faith in somebody running a business that and then getting into Congress and like being a little bit more competent than somebody who's just been a lifetime politician.
Well, we talked about this at length, Brandon. That you have to have a life that is worth going to Senate.
Right, like you've had to have like some victory somewhere.
Yeah, like I'm super against the usual, conveyor belt approach to it. It's like Congress, maybe governor, and then Senate, or maybe straight to Senate. I think that's not a career, or that's not the type of people we need.
No,
in the Senate.
No. You need to do something. Like even if it's like working in media, like working for I wouldn't even say like a think tank or something, like nothing in government before you go into government. You have to be outside of government before you go in there, and just like, because you're pretty much groomed to be a swamp creature if you start off in government right off the jump.
But this, Brandon, that's a really good term, groomed to be a swamp creature.
Yeah.
I know people, I'm not going to give any names, that they get groomed like straight out of college. They start by being staffers and here and there and this and that, and they go straight from high school to college, from college to staffer, from staffer to Congress, from Congress to Senate.
You're toasted.
And you're toasted. They had 60 years of swampiness.
Yeah. Imagine how difficult it would be to resist that. Like everybody's just like, oh yeah, it's so sweet. Like we got the lobbyists, like they'll come and they'll ask you what to do, and you just do it for them. Then they like flood your campaign with money, and then you could get on an oversight committee, and then what's happening before the rest of the world does. So you could like have your husband or wife or your kids like put like invest in certain things for you. Then you could pass legislation. Then you could get rich and make millions of dollars.
I mean, and what do you think about the jump from bartender to congresswoman?
It's not the best, but it's better than jumping from the swamp to Congress, to be totally honest.
It's confirmed Brandon is an AOC fan.
I'd hit it.
Yeah.
But no, it is. I think it is better to like literally come off the street, like from any job that's not government related, to go into Congress than to go, like you said, from that like pipeline. Yeah. Of going from getting indoctrinated in school to like, being a staff or being an intern, blah, 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 then Brandon, right in it.
I will die on this hill. There's nothing more disgusting than staffers.
Really?
Oh, they're the worst people on the planet.
Why?
Because Hollywood people, Brandon, like those guys that don't make it.
Yeah.
And they go like, oh, I know this guy that did this movie, and I met this guy last week, and they're disgusting. They're like parasites. They're like trying to leech to fame.
Ugh.
Like staffers, the same deal. Like it's just the ugly people that don't want to make it in Hollywood. They want to make it in DC. And they're the worst people.
I don't
have a single friend that is a staffer, and I will never have a staffer friend. That's it. I'm sorry. Kill me in the comments.
You know who's the worst of those people is like the people who volunteered for Obama's campaign. I feel like I've heard so many people say like, oh yeah, I volunteered for Obama in 2008.
Do you know people?
I've come across people, like a lot of people who have like thought it was the coolest thing ever that they volunteered for Obama in 2008. Like they changed the world or something.
Do you have anyone in your phone that we can call
that volunteered for Obama?
Yeah.
Oh man, I would have to pre-plan this. Let me do some networking in between these two shows, and I'll see if I could track somebody down. we are on the hunt to try to bring liberals on, because like the liberals are kind of like, they were always shy to come on shows, but they're extra shy right now.
Yeah, if you have any liberal friends that will be up to the task, just Nick, Brandon, or myself, and we're gonna give you a finder's fee.
So just to put a bow on this, I'm trying to see how long McConnell's been in the Senate. Has it been since 1990? Is that what this says right here? Senate election, McConnell faced Mayor Sloan. Yeah, he won. Yeah, so McConnell's been in the Senate since the 1990s, since before I was born.
His first run, what was the run before 1990?
84.
84.
Jesus.
Woo!
What the hell did he do before this?
Nothing.
He just came straight from college.
Oh, man.
That's what Biden did, which is crazy. Like, imagine that Biden was in the Senate when he was my age. Like, you have to do some filthy shit to get in the Senate when you're 29.
So he volunteered?
McConnell?
Yeah.
Of course. There you go. The staffer.
Staffer, disgusting.
Oh.
They're the worst people. They're the worst people.
Imagine this stiff as a staffer.
Oh man. Oh man. Look at the mook. Look, there's a young picture of him.
Where?
Right there. 1985.
Come on, come up.
Load.
Do it.
Do it for the memes.
Oh, look, what is that haircut?
What is that haircut?
What's going on?
Wow.
Imagine if he still had the same glasses.
Do you think there's any like Mitch McConnell fans?
I mean, yeah, lobbyists.
No, but you think there's someone?
I mean, there has to be if he gets 82% of the vote in the primary.
Why though?
Honestly, because 80% of people in the world are a simulation.
80% of people there are simulation.
I'm sorry, yeah.
They just vote this guy.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm of the belief that, like, I mean, simulations that could be swapped out for different words, but
NPC.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like in my opinion, it's not like you're permanently in that position, but like I think 80% of the population operates in the state of being an NPC, like just going through the motions, like okay, voting day, okay, I recognize the name McConnell, I don't recognize the other name, boop, McConnell. Like I think that's 80% of the population. Like they know they're voting Republican, they recognize one name, don't recognize the other name, so that's how we get these 35-year Senate people.
I think people that go from staffer to Senate,
poison.
They're poison. I think that's mostly what's wrong with this country, Brandon.
Well, yeah, well, like we have like probably 80%.
They're worse than ISIS.
Our senators?
No.
Well, I mean, they started ISIS, so yeah.
Well, people that go from staffer to Congress to Senate and Senate, they're the worst.
Yeah. All right. So I think that's an reasonable amount of McConnell hate. I mean, to put a pin in it,
I can be here all night.
I know we could do a marathon about this, but I hope some momentum gets around the concept of like him not being mentally fit to hold that seat, and somebody gets that spot. So
does he plan to run the next time, Brandon?
Does he? He probably does. I guarantee
Brandon,
he's going to run until the day he dies.
No, Brandon, come on, he can't run again.
Oh, he can't. Yes, he can. Look at Feinstein.
Call him. It's a wrap.
That's a case study.
It's a wrap. You can't be planning on running again. That's stupid.
Dude, Feinstein looked like a fossil. Like she was fossilized.
Man, could we find a video of him? Because I can't imagine him doing a campaign.
Well, like being all like youthful and full of energy back in the day.
I want to see what campaign he runs. Like there must be a YouTube video. Let me try to find it.
Let's see. Young Mitch McConnell campaigning. Oh, here we go. Let's see how much pep's in this
public affairs programming from the nation's capital and our public service.
Old of a video it is.
C-SPAN created by
this is Dusty.
South African
Oh, look at this little whippersnapper.
Look at him.
Which grant the military and police broad powers to question and detain individuals.
Full sentence.
Since June 12, 1986, the government has acknowledged detaining close to 10,000 South Africans. Independent monitoring groups estimate more than 12,000 people have actually been detained.
He's been a senator since 10 years before I was born.
That is
I'm not okay with that.
Not okay with that.
All right. So your time's up, McConnell. Give it a rest. Hang it up. If you enjoyed the short clip, click right here to watch the full episode, and remember to subscribe to the channel. God bless.